What's up, y'all? I'm Joshua Dobbs.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Thomas Edwards here with the Players Lounge. Excited to be here.
Thomas, you got like an all-white backdrop going. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm in an insane asylum. No, I'm just kidding, man. I am in
I
East
wouldn't doubt it.
Tennessee. Yeah, I know. I need to be checking one of those. I'm in East Tennessee right now in my hometown, man, doing a little radio TV tour for my single coming out Wednesday, running through that T. Just been running and gunning, getting on the local radios here, just because I wanted to make sure I showed love to my East Tennessee folks for my first little radio bout. But then shoot, Wednesday headed to Knoxville and then back to Nashville, probably right in time for SEC Media Days.
Let's
What
go.
about
You
you,
got a big
man?
week, right?
Yeah, dude, huge week. Super excited about this song, dude. It's gone nuts on the internet. It's been a crazy week.
I can't wait to hear it.
It's gonna be awesome. You act like you haven't heard it. I've said it.
I've heard it 1,000 times. I was literally listening to it on the plane today. You asked where I was. I'm where I am. I'm back in Cleveland. We start camp on Wednesday, man. Like this summer's flown by. So we're getting ready to get going. So you got my juices flowing listening to the Run Through the T song before we get back in the complex and get rolling.
It's right. It's going to be out in perfect time. July 19th, where it's 6 weeks to football season. People are going to be able to listen to it all the way through camp, watching all the camp content. It's going to be super special, dude. It's going to be awesome. Shooting a music video too. 8th of August in Knoxville. So
let's go.
It's a lot of stuff.
Speaking of football season, it's a big week in the SEC, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we got media days in Nashville.
Let's go.
Yeah. You went to media days, didn't you?
Yeah, back in the day. I was, it's funny, on my Snapchat memories, I was getting it was like showing like the SEC Media Day like memories in your phone. And so I was like seeing like everything that we were wearing, like dressed up nice. I have two crazy stories from Media Day. The first year, so I went my junior year. And so it was me, I believe Cam Sutton, Kurt Magid. So you fly down to Media Days. It was in Birmingham back then instead of Nashville. You fly down from Tennessee like in the morning. So you fly down to Birmingham, boom, you go through the entire Media Day experience, a lot of interviews, fan experiences, the whole ordeal. And then when you fly back, the head coach that same weekend, he would have like the Big Orange Caravan over in Nashville. So from Birmingham, we would fly to Nashville, then fly back to Knoxville. The first year, the flight to Nashville, there was like severe tornadoes rolling through Alabama, in between Alabama and Nashville. So we just take off, like everyone's done with a stressful day, everyone's tired, but like you can't wait to get home. And the pilot comes on the intercom and he's like, yo, we got some severe like turbulent weather between here and Nashville. I'm gonna try to go around it and make it safe, but just be ready back there to brace. I'm like, to brace? What? And mind you, like I love airplanes. Like I love flying. I'm never scared on an airplane. This is the most terrified I've ever been on the plane. Because
what kind of plane is like? It wasn't a big plane, was it? It was a smaller plane, right?
Bro, it's like a I think it's like an 8-seater. It's the university. It's the King Air. So it has 2 engines. So like there's never issues with engines, but it's small. And it's so windy that the plane, it feels like you're just on a roller coaster in the sky. Like you can feel the plane dropping and then catching the air and then going back up and then dropping and just going. I was like, golly. So the weather was so bad we couldn't even get to Nashville. We just flew right back to Knoxville.
So did they miss the Big Orange Caravan?
They're like, yeah, we're not gonna make that. We're not gonna make it this year. And then the next year we made the Big Orange Caravan. There was no tornadoes, thankfully. But then the pilot let me fly from Nashville back to Knoxville. So that was fire. I got a chance to fly the King Air. Yeah.
Wait, I was adjusting my headphones. The pilot let you fly the plane with everybody in it.
Yeah, with everybody. I literally have videos of it. He let me fly. He did the takeoff, and then the co-pilot got in the back. He put me in the co-pilot seat. And then he let me fly back to Knoxville and sit there, like do the landing and everything with him.
Oh my gosh. I mean, coming from a guy that has ridden, or has, I guess ridden is the right word, in a plane with you driving, I couldn't imagine that time. That was years ago. And the time we were riding together was after you got a little more experience. I mean, oh gosh. God bless that pilot for taking a chance, man.
Yeah, man, we made it safely. I will say, so that year it was Cam, Jalen Reese-Maven, and you know Jalen Reese-Maven's a conspiracy dude. So
Yeah.
he was just white knuckle the whole time, the whole plane ride from Nashville to Knoxville. But hey, we made it.
Media days, man. I think it's a great time. Media days is like it's almost a little too early, because you get all
Yeah.
of this football inundation 6 weeks before the season, and it's like you're hearing all these new, all the players come back through and talk, and the coaches kind of giving you that, giving you the spiel on what they expect for the season, and then you got to wait more time. So I mean,
That's so true.
yeah.
I just like the smack talking. Like it just builds up the anticipation right before fall camp. It's like people are just talking smack for no reason, just to make headlines. But it's just fun to listen to the intensity between the teams already.
That's right. It's what makes it special, dude. It's because when you get to game one, there's already been a month of trash talk. Like there's not even been any football play. That's what it's about. So, and we got there's another quarterback down there for Tennessee this year representing, the Vols. It's Joe Milton. So, big shoes for Joe Milton to follow up after last year, man. So what's your opinion on that? What do you think about Joe, coming in with all this hype, not only just from a Tennessee fan standpoint, getting national recognition of being, one of the best returning quarterbacks. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm excited for him, man. I think it's a huge opportunity. It's crazy just seeing the evolution of his career so far, like starting in Michigan, then coming to Tennessee with the intentions of being the starter, and then getting injured or Hendon playing better than him, and then seeing their dynamic and Hendon playing extremely well last year, and now him back in the limelight as the starting quarterback. Just throwing with him and some of the guys this offseason, it was really cool just seeing his maturity and his excitement for the opportunity, man. I think he's going to make the most of it. As we know, like, I feel like all summer, every single time I look on Instagram, is him throwing the ball 80 yards in the air, like at the Peyton Manning camp or at yeah, and then hitting a backflip. And that's the craziest thing because he's not a small dude. He's like 6'6", 250, 260, all muscle. And he just hits backflips like it's nothing. So the kid is a freak of an athlete. But I think being able to combine that athleticism with obviously his arm and then Coach Heupel in that offense, I think he's poised for a really good final season in college and really kind of set himself up for the future.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think too, it's like he's already been here once. He's already been in the preseason hype, named the starter, about to start a season. And that from a quarterback standpoint, like that's a battle in itself. I mean, you got
for sure.
You're going 4 weeks practicing in camp and ramping up to game time, and their eyes are on you every day, throwing the ball and pat and go. Like you're the guy. So I think that's going to help him too. He'll be able to shake off that. He's already experienced that, preseason 100%. Jitter.
100%. No, I'm excited for him. And speaking of other holes to fill, we lost a couple guys up front. Protecting my guy, Joe. What do you feel kind of about the newcomers and the guys that are going to step up at O-line to fill in those spots?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good question, man. We got Darnell Wright, gone, and Jerome Carvin gone, two really good guys and really good leaders on the team too. But I think, we've got a lot of players that have played a lot of football on the O-line, and it seems like year over year we're in a better situation. We got some transfers. I mean, the guy we saw in the spring from Miami, what was his name? Let me see here. John Campbell from Miami. I mean, he came up to us, introduced us.
Yeah, he came up to us at Pro Day.
Yeah.
Mature, excited, and really felt like he could fit in well.
Yeah, I love that. I just love that. And he was, shaking hands and wanting to meet everybody that's coming around. And that's what it takes, because like you transfer into a school, especially an O-line, in a position where, without him here before the spring, like, there's already, kind of people there, the fans and, everyone's circling as who's the left tackle, who's the right tackle. And, when he comes in, it's a disruptor in the O-line room. He's got to kind of take advantage of the opportunity and still work as hard as he can to earn that position. I'd like to see him play. That's my bias just from meeting him. I think he's probably a dog, just the way that he was carrying himself.
I like his temperament, right? His mentality. I think he'll fit well. I'm excited. I think obviously you can't have too much depth at O-line. Shoot, we saw that first hand in college. So I'm excited to see how those new guys step up.
And of all positions, man, it's really like you could call a starting five right now, but you got to get through camp, and that's really where you earn your stripes as O lineman, like your longevity, your reliability. You know, you're out there bruising every day. Can you sustain that over 3 weeks? Take care of yourself. So, I think
100%.
we got holes to fill, but I think we got enough stuff to fill them with. I think it's going to be, a good look on the other side of it. You know, whoever those five, the five people may be. I mean, there's holes, honestly. I think we're getting to the point where the holes we're filling are substantial, but we got some people to walk back in those holes. I mean, like receivers also,
Man.
It's like I can't even I wouldn't even, it'd be unfair to say it's a drop off. I mean, you got the Cedric and Jalen out of there. I mean, they're really good athletes, but dude,
shout out Cleveland Brown now.
Oh yeah,
got him up here. Yeah.
Is that all you? Did you put a little word in for him?
Yeah, I put in a word. Jimmy called me draft night. He said we got our first pick of the draft in the 3rd round. Who should we get? I was like, you gotta take Ced. You gotta take Big Ced, get him up to CLE.
Yeah, so they just immediately did it. Immediately took your word.
Right, he listened to me. No, but seriously, yeah, as you're saying, man, like there's holes, especially all over the offense, just with so many guys going to NFL, which is good. But as you said, it's cool seeing us have the talent now to really kind of replace those holes. Brew obviously was a huge pickup last year once he was able to get his eligibility right and play for us. So to see him stepping into that role for a second year will be great. I know we have Squirrel White, who we saw when we threw at them back in February, who is just a dog in the slot. And like really, as you said, like right, has that same personality, that same tenacity to go out and make plays and step up for the big stage, man. Like I remember when we were throwing, man, he was making sure someone was videotaping him, working on getting 2 feet in the red zone drills and everything. Just focusing on that attention to detail, which was really good to see from a young dude.
He was running over to the guy Sydney, who was helping us record, and he would say, "Let me see that clip real quick. Let me see that clip." And he would do the catch. Yeah, and he was going 100 miles an hour, about to run into pillars and stuff in there. But like he's got one speed, and I think that's in his all the time he's already played, we saw that. But like I think he's hungry too, and these guys realize there's those gaps to fill, and I don't lose sleep not thinking they're not going to fill the gaps. There's a lot of people,
no, not at all.
Brew and dude Dante Thornton, the guy from Oregon.
Hey, number 11.
Hey,
all
right.
11s are dogs, so he has to be a dog. He has to be a dog.
He passes the eye test, as they say. When we saw him, I was like, oh my god!
I was like, who is this?
He reminded me of a number 11. That's Justin Hunter. I mean, like that body.
I thought you were talking about me.
No, I don't think
I passed the eye test, don't I?
I think you passed the eye test. Do I pass the eye test?
Depends on what the test is for.
Yeah, that's right. For dashing good looks, yes.
No, I'm excited to see him. I think he's gonna be really good. As you said, like pass the eye test. I think he fits our system really well. And one thing I saw on social media this offseason was like I know he didn't practice in the spring, but like the first day he was there, him and Joe were already in the complex working on that chemistry, getting in the extra work, the extra throws, even though he wasn't getting the reps on the field, which is really important because once camp rolls around, you kind of take that momentum from spring. But if you didn't have the reps in spring, you have to find a way to generate some momentum and timing with a new receiver. So it's really good to see them trying to start getting on the same page early.
Yeah, I remember when we were playing, one of the coaches was talking about like if you could actually see the amount of reps that you're going to get on the routes that you like, it's a very limited number, especially if you're not in there for spring. Like you may get plenty of routes, but there may be one that's just your favorite as a receiver that's the one you're going over top of somebody. The guy like Dante, where like he may not get all those times where he has to capitalize on everyone he gets at practice, and that's what's going to happen. That's why I'm super excited for our offense in general. There's just a lot of competition. It's going to be a lot. It's just going to be a highlight reel in practice too. They're going to go. It's
especially
the funnest
deep balls.
Yeah, it's the funnest practice.
But what we really should be talking about is that defense. I know like last year people were giving them a smack for their rankings and stuff, but they stepped up whenever the offense needed them, and now they have a ton of pieces returning. I'm excited to see how they continue to grow on the momentum that they were able to gain last year. What do you think about them?
Dude, yeah, I think first and foremost, I think when you can return all your coaches, they got the same defensive coaches coming in, the guys that can have lasting relationships with their coach, that's still impact,
Yeah.
are intact. I mean, there's not a having to relearn a coach can be hard, even for a guy that's coming off a starting season.
Bro, I think that's like the most overlooked thing, like the coaching turnover. Like no matter the talent on the field, for a new coach to have to come in from day one. And as you said, like the offseason isn't that long. When a new coach has to come in and reteach a whole new system. And so now as a player, like if you've been in the same system for a couple of years, you literally have to throw all the information that you learned out and start back from ground back from level one. Like that's not easy to do. So I think that's a huge thing I think people overlook, like having that consistency at coaching and then being able to add on to that, especially as like Tyler Barron, McCollum coming back multiple years in the same scheme, even the young guys to be able to just come in and know exactly what to do on day one. Now they can just focus on their fundamentals, focus on their footwork. I think that's huge.
For sure. And we got in the place last year where we played a lot of young guys in the secondary, and they're coming back with real game experience, and it's not the situation where the guys that we're expecting to start play when we were up 50 or down 50. It's guys with real game reps that are getting to come back on defense. And you got like Byron Young, he was an absolute baller. That's probably the biggest gap to fill, or I'd say the biggest gap to fill. But dude, I mean, like you said, Tyler Barron, he's kind of a different kind of style edge rusher, but he's due to be a disruptor. I mean, Big O, big senior lineman up front. I mean, we love Big O. Big O guy.
Shout out Big O.
Shout out Big O. But I think all in all, there's going to be.
Didn't we get some new transfers right on defense? Couple guys from BYU, I think.
Yeah. There's a linebacker transfer and a cornerback transfer as well. So
what they say about those guys from BYU? They're like 26 with kids and a mortgage.
Yeah, that's right. They're serious, man. They're getting ready to. They've already graduated from the kid phase when they turn 20, so they're ready to roll. They're ready to play, and hopefully for some of them go to the NFL too. So you never know with the transfer portal. You gotta see them and how they acclimate to the new program and how it works. But I mean, there's a lot of stir and excitement around those guys too on defense. But all in all, man, call us fair weather fans, but I'm pretty sure we just said everything's going to be okay.
I think we'll be okay. And speaking of being okay, I mean, we can find out right now. Shoot, you know what they're saying? Can the Vols get double-digit wins again this year? You try and check out the schedule and get a little prediction going?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I mean, I'll go down for you. I'll say the team. You start off, then I'll go after you. Let's keep it short. We don't need to give a winded explanation. A lot of these are obvious that we're going to win anyway. So
let's do it. Say no more.
At the top. So first off, we got UVA, Virginia in Nashville.
Music City, USA, dub. I'll be there.
Dub.
You'll be there.
I'll be there too. Hey, release party, Acme, Friday night.
Let's go. Hey, we got some pop-up shops coming. Astro Dobbs. Shout out.
Oh, and the new Astro hats.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be a huge weekend. We got your release party. We got huge tailgates. We got a free weekend off from NFL football. Yeah. And then we got the Vols, 11 a.m. It's a little early. We're taking on UVA to start the season. That's gonna be live.
Yeah, I got Vols, no brainer on that one. I mean, if UVA was even just a little bit better, the game maybe would have been at 1 p.m. But they just had to put it at 11 a.m.
They had to put it at 11. That just shows they want to get us off TV.
Yeah, that's right. They
know we're going to put up many points.
That's right. They're in and out. That's an in and out game for sure.
In and out.
All right. Game 2, Austin Peay at home. That's easy.
In and out. I think that's a night game in Neyland. Start for the home opener. It's gonna be lit, but in and out.
Oh my gosh, in and out, 2-0.
We're Austin Peay.
Then we're 2-0. We're riding hot. It's second week of September. We go to the Swamp at Florida. What are you thinking?
Yeah, first big test of the season, right? At the Swamp. We know how it is. We know the antics they like to play. No AC in the locker room, and it's gonna be like 105 degrees down there and humid. I do have us winning. I think it's gonna be closer than Vol fans expect. All Vol fans are expecting us to go down there and win by like 40 on Florida, which will be awesome. But that game is always tight. But I have us winning. I have us going down to the Swamp, winning for the first time in the Swamp in a while.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing too. It's been a while since we've got that win in the swamp. I mean, there's a lot of I will easily follow into the momentum of, it's just our time. It's the time to go down to the swamp and hang a 25-point win on Florida.
100%.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on that one. We're going to beat them. I think we'll handle them there. So then the next week we got a UTSA. That's UT.
Bro, I'm worried about this game. I'm not worried from the where I feel like we're gonna lose, but I mean it's another sleeper, right? You go down to Florida and you win in the swamp, riding high. UTSA is ranked top 25 to start the season. Like they're a legit program, especially this year. Like that's not an easy game. Now I do think, when you come off a big win at Florida and then you're back home in Neyland, like the place is gonna be electric. So I think like whatever sleepiness the team might have, I think our fans will be able to make up for it. So I have us winning, but I don't think like they're definitely I'm putting myself on record. They're definitely a team we cannot look over, especially that early in the season.
I agree, and it's a team it's not a, or I guess it's not a AA school. It's a D1 school that's ranked in the top 25. That's a school that's going to come in there and take every trick they have out of the bag to win that game. They want to repeat the Austin Peay in the big house, or Appy State in the big house win. You're right. I don't think you can look it over, but I think we're going to win. All right, so then we got a stretch here. So we got South Carolina at home.
I think we put 65 points on them.
Yeah, I think
we put as many points on them until they turn off the scoreboard.
I agree with that. I don't have much to say about South Carolina, and neither does a lot of people. I think that's going to be but here we go. It's none of these games you can look over. It's the SEC.
No, you can't, especially this little gauntlet. Yeah, that's the hardest part. It's like every year you look at our schedule and you're like, oh yeah, that's a solid schedule. Like Tennessee can make a run, and then like you just look at the gauntlet that you have to go to Florida. You have to play UTSA, ranked team, South Carolina, game's always tight, and then you got A&M at home. It's like,
and they're hungry too because they've been in a lull. They're used to that success, and they're
backs against the wall.
Yeah, they're ready to win. I mean, I got us winning that game too, but it's
shocker. Got us winning, but I mean, shoot, their coach, like if he doesn't have a good year this year, like he's gonna be looking for a job. He's gonna be selling his house in Aggie land out there. So I mean, I got us winning though.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, shocker. All right, here's the real one. At this point, through our predictions, we're 6-0. We head down the road to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to play Alabama. Dobbs, what do you think?
We have a quarterback right now. I don't know what they got right now. I think that plays a huge part into it. And I think those games, like the game at Alabama is so hard because obviously they're really good, and then you're going down there. There's a lot of hype around the game. We're coming off a bye week. Don't forget that week. So that's going to be huge. But it's just going to be a physical football game. Obviously, they're going to be upset about last year. Nick Saban, he doesn't lose to the same team back-to-back years. All that to say, I still got us winning.
Yeah,
7-0, baby.
I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. I literally was going to say, you know what they say? Saban doesn't lose to teams twice. But also, Saban, until last year, didn't lose to Tennessee. And then here we are.
What did Coach Jones say? Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Roll the balls out. Let's play. All right. So we're 7-0. 7-0. We're going up to Kroger Field in Kentucky the next week. We think
points until the scoreboard gets shut off.
Yeah,
until they shut off the scoreboard.
They lost their coffee drinking quarterback. And I don't know anything about him. I just think that the fact that he puts mayonnaise in his coffee is about as crazy as me sitting in this white room.
That's a little different. That's just different. That's all we're saying.
I got to win there though. And then at this point we're 8-0. 8-0. We only got 4 games left to get to double-digit wins. So. Let's go back home. We're playing UConn.
Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
Just came off 2 big road games, right? Ball Nation going crazy. A little chill in the air.
Oh.
Leaves are turning red. Knoxville's the most beautiful place in the world right now. I got to scoring points until they turn off the scoreboard. In this game, you know, I think we come out hot, boom. I think we get a chance to see Nico play. I think that would be really cool.
True.
You know, obviously they have the new red shirt rule, so a guy can go in and play 4 games and keep his red shirt. So I think this would be a huge opportunity for him to go out, get some burn, get some playing talent, and let Vol Nation see what the future holds for the Vols.
Yeah, I got Vols there unless Gino Auriemma is coaching the football team now, and I don't think that's happening. All right, so we got a minute and 30 seconds. So I was going to go quick here. Hey, at Missouri is the next game, going up to Columbia.
Cold, going to be cold, very cold. I think our passing game might be a little off just due to the weather. It'll be a little cold, probably a night game. Still got it winning 10-0. Let's go.
10-0. That's 10 wins right there. Okay, but then there's the next two. I got us winning in Missouri too. I hate Missouri. I hate Columbia, Missouri, just because the time when I went there and played, I stood in front of the heater so long, got my pants on fire. Just a personal vendetta. We come back home the next week. We play Georgia at home. This game
10-0 versus 10-0.
Oh my gosh,
it's gonna be but we're at home now. You know, like last year we went to that game, and last year I think like a big part of that game was us trying to survive the first half with just the assault that like the fans and the environment threw at us to start the game. But now it's on our turf. So you know what I got. Come on,
Who you got?
11-0, baby.
Let's go. Same here,
Let's
man.
go.
I think we got control of it at this point, dude. It's hard for me to say anything else other than a win here after 10 straight wins, you know. Oh, look at our bias show it there. We got Vandy at home too, and I'm just gonna go ahead and circle that one for the both of us.
In and out. Take us to the playoffs.
12-0.
12-0, baby. All right,
I think we just gotta end it. We need to end it right there, to be honest with you. That's a statement.
Hey, appreciate y'all. We're gonna follow up right after SEC Media Days to see what the entire talk of the SEC is. Thanks for following along at the Players Lounge. I'm Josh Dobbs. That's my guy,
Thomas
Edwards. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all. Go Vols.